Okay, so it's just occurred to me that I actually am talking to myself right now. I can see my own face. So maybe I can figure this out. There are still people here and they're still annoying. But anyway, so September was Suicide Awareness Month, and I said I was going to do something for it, but we didn't get around to it because we forget these things. No track of time whatsoever. Concept. Yeah, whatever, anyway. So, yeah, I figured maybe we should talk about suicide a little bit, because this is something that we think about on a daily basis. Yeah, it's kind of fun. So, I have no idea where to even begin. I have borderline personality disorder, which means I quite often find myself in a really, really deep pit of overwhelming despair, and quite often want to kill myself. Fun times. Anyway, this one time, this is what led up to my diagnosis, actually. I'd had a bit of a rough time. People had died, shit happened, and everything got a little bit too much. Yeah. So I went and got drunk and took a lot of drugs and fucked myself up pretty bad, and found myself sat in the bathtub one night, kind of scratching at my arm with a pair of tweezers, I believe, made quite a mess of things, and didn't know what to do with myself, really. I don't even know where I was going with this. Yeah. It's not a nice feeling. It's kind of like, I think I told my boyfriend a little while ago, it's kind of like having static on a TV turned up full volume and wired directly into your eardrums. You know, everything's just like BPD is kind of, everything's turned up full whack anyway. You know, you don't really tend to feel little bits of things. You either get all or nothing, you know. And yeah, when you're in that place where you just don't see any fucking point in trying anymore. It's like having this static turned up right in your head, and it's so disorientating. You have no idea what to do with yourself, you know. And so I texted a friend. Like, I remembered that the doctor had said to me, if you feel like this, go to A&E. So I texted my friend at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and she came and got me and she took me to A&E. And it was fun. It was fun. I had the crisis team come visit me over a couple of weeks. They were nice, pretty pointless. Kept a mood diary for a bit. That was fun, because I like the illusion of order. I'm not very good at sticking to it, though. Anyway, yeah, they I don't know. I don't remember really talking to anyone about suicide with regards to the mental health team. Like, the woman that I saw in A&E, once I'd calmed down, asked me if I was going to kill myself if I went home, if they sent me home. And I was like, no, you know, I think I'll be alright again, you know, for a little bit at least. And I said I felt like cutting again, you know, but I'd calmed down enough to sort of not want to take a box of pills anymore. And she was like, oh, well, as long as you're not going to kill yourself, that's fine. You know, which, that was, that, yeah, I don't know how I felt about that, to be honest. Kind of like, oh, well, you know, I might as well go do that then. But yeah, they discharged me, I think, from the crisis team at least after 2 weeks, and kind of left me to get on with it. And I had friends would come and sit with me, even if I didn't want to talk. They'd just sit in the corner of my room and watch me all night, if needs be. My flatmate at the time, who was also my best friend, she, I think, used to wake up terrified every morning that I would be dead, which I feel pretty bad about, to be honest. Like, we're not friends anymore, but still, that must have been pretty fucking rough for her. You know, and it's like, I don't know, people always have this seem to have this idea that suicide is selfish, you know, and I get why they'd see that. You know, we don't really think about, well, we don't seem to think about other people a lot when we're in that place, which is actually a lie. We're usually thinking about other people a whole lot, and we're thinking they'd be better off without us, you know, not having to deal with our drama and all that crap. But yeah, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, selfish. Funny thing is, with that, is that when people were trying to talk me out of it, all their reasons were selfish. It was all like, well, you know, what will I do without you? You know, think of your son. How will your son feel if you desert him? What about your mum? You know, who's going to do my toes for me if you kill yourself? Lol. Yeah, people really said that to me. And these were supposed to be my reasons for living, you know. Everything that I could do for everybody else, you know. And it occurred to me that they were perhaps being a little bit selfish. You know, like they obviously couldn't see how much I fucking hated being alive right now. They couldn't see how much I was suffering. They had no fucking idea. You know, like, when my dad was dying of cancer, like, I remember sitting next to him and saying to him, you know what, Dad, like, if you've had enough and you can't deal with it anymore, don't worry about us, just go. Do you know what I mean? If you want to let go, then go, you know. And he said, thank you. Do you know what I mean? And it's like the fact that we expect others to suffer just to make them feel better, that seems pretty selfish to me, you know. I'm not saying people don't have a right to feel this way, they obviously do, but, you know, perspective, people, yeah. We want to die. Like, life has gotten that hard for us that we want to take our own lives. You know, think about that for a minute, yeah. All the love in the world can't fucking help with that feeling, I tell you. But, you know, what really helps with shit like this is for people to allow us to talk about it. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's so fucking scared to talk about it. You know, people will have an inkling that something is up with their mate, but they won't want to say anything. You know, no one will directly come up to you and say, you know, are you thinking about suicide? Why the fuck not? You know what, because you think they're going to think you're overreacting? You know? It'd be nice to feel that someone had fucking noticed how much we were struggling sometimes, you know. And the thing is that train break. The thing is, it needs to be addressed, you know. This is not just someone's having a bit of bother, you know, they'll get over it. This is life-threatening, like, seriously. I know it sounds silly saying it, but it really is. Someone's thinking about ending their own life, which, you know, who cares if you sound silly asking them about it? You know, you might actually save their life in doing so. You know, and it's not all about giving us reasons to live. You know, it's not all about, I don't know, sometimes it's just about fucking listening, you know. So, if you've got friends you're worried about, you know, talk to them, ask them how they're feeling, and fucking listen. Chances are they don't want your advice. They've already thought of everything and they've tried it, or there's reasons they can't do it. Do you know what I mean? There's always shit gets in the way, otherwise they wouldn't be at this point. You know, sometimes all people need is for someone to sit there, shut up, and fucking listen. Alright? I think that's about as much as I can handle now, because this is fucking weird. But yeah, people need to stop being pussies and actually talk about shit, you know. There's no harm in it, really. There's a lot of harm in not doing it.